Your daycare will literally go out of business if you don't fix these three things that I'll tell you in this video. My name is Bryce Jackson. I'm a 24-year-old CEO. And after scaling my own mom's daycare from zero to $50,000 per month, I now help other daycares across the world in different states to be able to do the exact same thing. And number one is going to be absolutely no marketing. Most daycare owners expect to be seen, and they expect others to just know that they exist without necessarily marketing. A Facebook post here and there, that's a form of marketing. It's one of the core ways that you can advertise by posting free content on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. But unfortunately, one Facebook post to a market that isn't predicated on signing up and enrolling isn't enough. And you think that you're marketing until you actually have an agency or someone around you that knows what they're doing change your business for you. If you have a business right now and you're not choosing to market it every single day. You're not spending hours out of your day to let people know that it exists. You're just expecting people to find you on Yelp. It's not going to happen. And unfortunately, every single month that you don't figure out how to grow your business, you're missing out on money. So if you have a capacity of 40 and you only have 20 and each kid is worth $1,000 per month, you're missing out on $20,000 per month. And you don't want to wait 6 months for this to obviously change because you just missed out on over 100 grand or whatever the math is on there. You have the ability to change it by simply just finding a strategy that works. If you have flyers that are being passed out, unfortunately, that's an old way of marketing. Like it works, but you would have to pass out thousands of flyers to get the enrollment that you're looking for. And if you don't want to pass out thousands of flyers, that's what paid advertising is for, as well as content to let more people know that you exist, as well as agencies that the people who know what they're doing and they can just do it for you so you don't have to, but you have to find the right one. It's a lot of agencies that will say that they do something and not give you the exact thing that you're looking for. The next thing that I see when I'm talking to hundreds of daycares a month, they're not ready to invest. You don't want to invest into your marketing. You don't want to invest into your business. You don't want to see a return on your spend. You just want kids to show up. And unfortunately, the world doesn't work like that. You have to spend money to make money, which is why you refurnish your place, or that's why you buy the mats. That's why you get the new things. You want to buy all the cute stuff around the daycare, but you don't want to spend the money to get the kids inside and get the children inside. And that's counterintuitive to the business. As the business owner, you need to be able to take your marketer hat and put that on and say, like, what's more important, some new toys or more children? Because if you have more children, you can buy more toys. But if you have a whole bunch of toys with no children, you playing with toys by yourself? Like, no one does that. You would just be upset and it gets more frustrating as you go. So I would say not taking marketing serious, not putting the right allocation funds. I talk to daycare owners all the time. I say, how much have you allocated for marketing? They say none. I say, so you want to make 200 to $300,000 a year and you don't have any money coordinated or correlated to marketing? And they always say yes with confidence. And it's like a back burner thing, which is fine. But you can't be surprised if you're stuck if you're doing the things that are counterintuitive to growing by not marketing or taking it serious. It's not a side thing. Marketing is a 100% 24/7 always thing. If you're not being seen, someone else is, and that child will go to that person's daycare, and that person will get richer by the day while you're complaining that there is no kids and this area is poor and they cut off the subsidies, and there's always these excuses. But the reality is you just have to market more and market better. The last step that I would say is calling your leads and trying to convert them. I get parents, I get owners that have lists of leads, but they don't reach out to them because they just expect them to, oh, they'll come when they're ready. No one's gonna come when they're ready. No one does that. They either 1 out of 10 or 20 people will actually come and show up because they really need it, but 5 to 6 of the 10 to 20 that you could have gotten is going to come from reaching out and being persistent and letting these people know that you exist and reminding them, like, hey, like, we're still here. Don't forget, we can solve this problem for you. And let people know. If you don't let people know that you have a better offer, someone else will let them know. And I'm telling you, every kid that you don't get, someone else gets. The kids don't just sit at home and just figure it out and watch themselves. The parent will end up paying more and getting less, which is why it's important not to always negotiate on prices. And you may think it's the price, But I promise you, it's not. It's always going to be the value that you provide to the person. If you have an apple that's $5 at the local grocery store and you have an apple that's $1 at a liquor store, if the $5 apple is the exact same, you're gonna go get the dollar apples. If you go to Whole Foods and it's $10 for an apple, and they say, yeah, these apples help your teeth be whiter, they help you with your mental health, they help you with your better skin, and that's why they're $10. People will of course buy them because they have more value to them compared to the regular apples that have no nutrition because they're just $1 or $5. So what you want to do is create a discrepancy on your price of why you're different. I do pick up and drop off. We do meals this time. All of our meals are calorie counted. We have a nurse here. We have a capacity to kids. We have cameras to review if anything ever happens to your kid. All of these things and features that you just think are normal, you want to make a value add to the market. And the more you do this, the more you will be able to stand out and you'll be able to sound different than Mary down the street. And if you're Mary, sorry, but you want to sound different. If you're a daycare owner and you want to grow and you want to make sure that in 6 months you're filled to capacity, or at least have a better chance at filling up to capacity because you have a better marketing system, you want us to do the marketing for you so you can look up and just have enrollments and tours. Click the link down below and check out either our school community or book a call with me and we can talk one-on-one and we can go from there. The last bonus tip I would give you is don't wait to fix a problem that you know is building. If it's going to take you 6 hours to fix a problem, don't wait 6 months to fix this 6 hour thing. And what could this look like? This could be simply just not having an Instagram or a TikTok, or not spending your time looking for an agency that can help you. If you just spent 4 hours in a day, that might be able to make you 20 to 30, 40K by doing your background or hopping on a few sales calls with potentially a few agencies. If you wanted to hear out and get the right thing, the same way you would do your house, you want to get multiple selections unless you just knew a guy. But this is what I would suggest to you, take it serious. Don't deal with the 6 month problem that could take 6 hours or even 6 minutes to fix. Your daycare depends on it. I see real daycares who think that they won't be out of business, and then they end up going out of business simply because they didn't fix this problem of having lack of enrollment. You don't want to live 50% of your capacity your whole life, meaning your daycare has been alive for 10 to 20 years, but you've only always had half of the people there, half of the life that it could have been, half of the money, half of the life that you could actually be building, because making more money from your center makes you more well off. I've had daycare owners go get 2 new cars based off their daycare center. Of course, that's not suggesting I'm not telling you go get new cars, but I'm just saying that people really do change their lives based off of their daycare center, making 50 grand a month from 5,000 a month, or losing money every single month on the building to 10x in it. So yeah, if you want to do that and you want to be like these other daycare owners, of course, everyone is different, no guarantees, but I hope to see you in that call. If you're at least above average, you'll have a lot of success with us. I'll see you in the next video.